Spirit are struggling right now. They are looking a little lost. And, okay, let's just bring up the clip that everyone was talking about, that everyone was watching.
4 and it's left to this. 1v2 for 910.
Fast flank. Through the smoke. Oh!
No! Not like this!
It's not ideal. It's not ideal. And I'm not going to lie, when it's like an overtime game and this is your opponent's reactions, look at these little grins. Even 910, you can tell by his reaction, is a little like, I probably shouldn't have won that. I'm just going to laugh that one off. You know, that is hilarious. But this is what caused some handsome guy on Twitter to tweet this out. Basically, pinning the blame on Chopper a fair bit. Doesn't frag, doesn't win T-gun rounds. Best strat is Donk go kill. What does he even do? Now listen, okay? Firstly, you should go follow that guy. He seems like a cool guy. Secondly, it's obviously a bit of an exaggeration, okay? It's obviously trying to bait people in. But the reason I think this is important is because Donk is a transcendent Counter-Strike talent, okay? He is that good. And I do not want his career to be wasted in big part being stuck on Russian-speaking in-game leader teams, because there is no clear great, Eastern European in-game leader right now. I don't think Chopper is great for reasons we'll get into, but I think there are other issues with this Spirit team. But more importantly, it's kind of hard to see where else you would go. I think I would back Boomich, honestly. I actually think Bet Boom, considering the players they have, are doing all right. But let's get into some more specifics here, okay? Because, funnily enough, even though that's, what caused me to kind of do this tweet about Chopper, you actually watch it back and people posted the POV and it doesn't even look as bad, right? It actually is kind of just a really nice movement play from 910. Like, we can watch it again, actually. Can we slow it down? Yeah, let's slow this bad boy down, okay? So that you can see it again. You got Chopper at the top, Tanir at the bottom. I think the problem Chopper has is missing that first shot is the big thing. Because if you hit that first shot, you're going to tag 910 and he can't just slide to the side, right? But instead, you miss that shot and it's really good movement from 910 and awareness that he needs to do that to have a chance to win this. And then I've just realized I didn't show you the Tanir part, so we will. But yeah, Chopper gets a couple of shots off. Like, he gets him down pretty low. And then Tanir, unfortunately, he doesn't fully commit to this fight. He tries to, like, slide back, but because he's closer, it just means that he can't see really anything, and he just ends up getting wallbanged. I think he even hits, he hits a shot there, but it just does such little damage, right? And, oh, that's a shame. I'll show you it again, slow motion, so you can watch the Tanir part. Yeah, not ideal, but it still doesn't take away the overall thing where I do think that there are some big issues on this team, because you've also got to look at this other one, right? This was another round they managed to lose during this game. And remember, this is against the Mongols with a stand-in and without who was arguably their best player, right? Senzu, not here. Controllers standing in.
They've got to get on it very soon. Controllers, absolutely no accounting for that. 910 has to provide the cover. The spam's coming up short. The spam's coming up short.
No.
They're knifing each other.
He got the defuse.
Controllers, have you ever seen anything like it?
First of all, shout out to this fan's reaction. The double middle fingers to the Mongols in the Team Spirit jersey is hilarious. Secondly, for whatever reason at this tournament, it feels like Spirit could just lose any round in any possible circumstance, right? And we'll go ahead and look into the numbers now, right? Okay, this is overall the last 3 months for Spirit. Donk and Shiro are still exceptional, right? And Shiro, I think, goes under the radar a bit. His numbers are so good. There are almost no AWPers that can do this. And this is the frustrating part about it. Because you had a pretty good team. And you know what? I will give Spirit credit. They tried to swing for, some upgrades. They tried to swing to become the #1 team in the world. But I just do not think they made the right decisions. Tanir, I think long-term will come good. I just think when you watch him play, he's not looked at his best on this team, but I do think he'll come good. I think he's got enough about him. Zwei is someone who's been talked about a lot. I just don't understand why you would spend money to pick this guy up. I don't see the upside over just keeping Zontix, right? Like, I don't see him as some insanely high potential player. I don't see that. And yes, Zontix had his issues on this team, don't get me wrong. Zontix, especially on T-side, was not always great. But you know what? Bringing Tanir in would have fixed that. Tanir can become your third star. Zontix, he is pretty much perfect to me as your sort of glue guy. Make him the fourth best player on the team. Chuck him in anchor spots on CT side. You know he'll do great. Make him more of a supportive player on T side. And boom, you're cooking. But for some reason, they decided to go with Zwei. We'll see. Maybe there's something there. I don't see it. And then, of course, there is the fact that Chopper, as an individual, it's pretty bad. It's not completely awful as an in-game leader, but it's pretty damn bad, right? These are pretty bad numbers, which is what we've come to expect, right? And I also think it's not just the numbers, it's the way it looks in-game sometimes, right? Like here to start with,
it's trades on trades.
We've got a 2v2 on the site, right? We need to make sure that our in-game leader, if he's going to get put in these scenarios, if he's not going to be the first man entering, he's got to be capable here, right? And he's about to get into a pretty good spot. Playing around car in a post plant once the bomb gets planted is great.
For this 2v2.
Big flank from Mazzino, no kit here, so they've got to be questioning the clock. 9-10. Can't find his easy kill. Spirit will not. Oh, it will. Oh, the shadow. Careful, 9-10. He's going to hit the no-scope. Tanir.
I don't really understand why that was necessary.
Flash to tee him up. Blitz caught out on an island. No good deed
going on. The trades are pretty good. You have doors smoked right now.
Punished as it's trades on trades for this 2v2.
Big flank from Mazzino. No kit here, so they've got to be questioning the clock. 9-10. Can't find his easy.
And I just feel like you can play the crossfire, right? Like, maybe you don't have the exact awareness of the utility, but it just feels to me like an unnecessary play, an unnecessary risk, especially when you have that shadow advantage there, right? Then you get the next round.
I like this spot from Techno. So does Spirit.
Spam through from Donk. Nice opener.
Spam's brutal. And then going forward to try and get the MP9.
And then Chopper's going to try and drop into CT.
And Techno might face it.
And you see there, he misses the jump.
And then going forward to try and get the MP9, Techno might face the same
fate. He's just making noise. And he moves forward and jumps up. And then Techno can get the kill back. And now you don't have that drop in CT.
Drop, that at least gets picked up. End up in this 4-on-4.
And at this point, they have no real nades left against a pretty weak buy,
Still
by the way.
options open, but you're running out of time here. You might just end up having to commit into this heavier A setup. Techno 4K trying to keep them at bay with the Deagle. Damage down range on a Donk, but he can't quite find it. Oh. Mazzino will. Has he got any more? Coming back in from the long side is 9-10. Mazzino just trying to waste time.
No.
Here's the arrival of that SOG, 9-10.
And there's the rotate, and again, they just seem like they can always lose these sorts of rounds, right? It always felt like at this tournament, they were at any moment liable to lose these sorts of rounds, right? Here in this one.
Break then.
Or it's all by design. They want Mongols to swing out middle. It's the Furia.
This is something I will say, is that we're on the first part here of just Chopper looking a bit dicey individually. But this Zwei and Chopper defense on B Ancient, I think, will be targeted.
But probably not.
You know, if it was like twice, sure. Every round,
Chopper's jiggling,
starts to feel like he's just
flashed off.
bungling the line.
And then, even though this is mollied, you've got to be aware they're going to run through your smoke, bro. Right? Like, they are going to run through.
Oh. Yeah.
And also, Zwei has ramp smoked and has it pretty well held here. He's playing anti-flash right now, to be fair.
Look at them go. Not ready for this pace, huh, Chopper?
But then Chopper just dies, not looking.
Bungling the lineup.
You were just jiggling this spot. You know that this is open.
Look at them go. Not ready for this pace, huh, Chopper? Zwei in the sight. Good luck.
Oh, very blind here. Zwei needs a multi-kill.
And it just leads to this 2v2. And again, like, it's not that these are like really, really bad. It's more just that Chopper is clearly not like some great individual fragger, right? I think we can all agree on that, right? So it needs to be made up for in other ways. So this is the first part, just looking at Chopper individually. And again, we'll see it here one more time.
Oh, great.
U2 is up early, but Techno's going to go ahead and smoke the molly that Spirit put
Grenade
down.
from Donk. And they're still going to...
And Chopper, like, doesn't even seem aware of it, and he just ends up swinging.
Try threatening him, but that...
But look at where he's looking as he swings. Techno is already past him, by the way. Like, I know it's not a fight you're that likely to win if you're swinging like this, and he's already, you know, got up there. And he's clearly trying to swing to look deeper in.
Don't know smoke keeps him out.
But just the complete lack of, like, awareness is like, okay, not ideal.
Techno.
And again... One thing I will add is this was a game that was their second best of 3 played in the day. So that does come into play slightly. And I think the Mongols did pretty well at using their stand-in to make some of the rounds weird. But that's the first thing we've established, okay? The first thing we have established there is the fact that, you know, everyone's going to agree, Chopper's not that great of an individual, right? And I don't think he puts himself in, like, bad enough positions to make it so that his stats are understandably that bad, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think it's one of those situations, right? And then you look in general, right? We'll look at here against Heroic. T-side here, for example. Like, Spirit, they win the pistol, they get this 3-0 lead, and they can't win another T round for so long. And there are just so many maps like this, right? Dust 2, you win the pistol, you can't win any other T rounds except for, like, a couple, right? And the other thing that comes along with this is the fact that they just have, Spirit as a team, individuals that just win them these rounds, right? And I'm not saying this, like, to be mean or anything. I'm just saying that it is pretty clear that this is a team that has individuals that are just going to win you rounds by themselves sometimes. And yeah, in theory, you can give the in-game leader credit for that. But this is a team that I always see struggle on T-sides, especially in the biggest moments. And again, like, I'm just going to show you, I guess, some examples. Oh, okay, actually, we'll have one more example of what I meant when I said that I don't think Chopper puts himself in, like, bad enough positions to justify his bad rating. Because here, for example, you're going to see...
smoke.
I get that Tanir has the nades, but for some reason, Tanir has an AK here, and it's Chopper who gets boosted up, which I just don't think makes sense, because I'd rather put my more star rifler here with an AK, right? And just give Chopper the nades to play a bit supportive and just try to survive, right? That's what I prefer to do. But instead,
sailing past finally makes
Donk
up
missing
for
some
it.
chances.
He tries to
Tanir
watch
goes
for that
down
short
early.
component.
Chopper is in the god spot, right? Imagine, this could be Tanir with an AK. Instead, it's Chopper
ready for
here.
Chopper.
And Techno, who's actually low, by the way,
Up on the boost.
he takes so long to get this kill.
He's the guy in pole position. He's the one
So long. And that means he can't really peek out for the second.
who's going to make all the difference. Awkward on the first.
Until he goes down, right? And I'm just going to show that again full speed.
Watch for that short component of this hit. Are they ready for Chopper up on the boost? He's the guy in pole position. He's the one who's going to make all the difference. Awkward on the first.
All I'm saying is, imagine if that's just Tanir with the AK.
He's the guy.
I feel like Tanir with the AK here. I feel like
of this hit. Are
at
they
this
ready for
moment, he would just one-tap Techno and have a chance to swing out for the second kill.
Chopper up on the boost.
He would wait a bit. And then he might peek here and then have a much better chance of getting the second kill. But look at how long this takes, man. And it means that second player can pretty easily trade, right? So that's what I mean when I say I don't think he's playing, like, so supportively that the bad stats necessarily make sense, okay? But the other thing is, if you watch this team play, right, they don't necessarily win all that many T rounds, but oftentimes, a lot of the T rounds they win, I just feel, are off of their individuals, are off of, like, Donk and Shiro, right? Like, we'll look here.
Two newer boys on Spirit have been struggling. But we need Donk today. No doubt about it. Regardless of the rest of his team's form.
Flash and smoke ready for long.
Tanir out long. 9-10. Lightning fast this event. Just shoots.
Gets the kill while blind. They decide to go before the smoke just to see if they can catch him. Doesn't work.
The flash and takes a 5v4. He's even going to set his teammate up for more. Mazzino tucked in the last.
Now we get this flash in. Chopper's just going to hold the edge of the smoke, so it's another 1v1 fight they're giving.
Place you would think to check, but Donk comes in.
Great flick back from Mazzino, to be fair. But now you're just down in a 3v5, right? Off the start of the round.
There is no support. The bomb is here and it doesn't want to cross. So
and the only reason they win this is probably because of that 9-10 missed shot when he's committed on this angle.
Spirit trying to force their way through.
Then they get a kill. And now again, like, this is, I would not say this is a round that is well called that they win here, because now Chopper has to bring the bomb back to mid.
10.
And if he loses this fight, they're just done. Ooh. But he does win the fight, to be fair to him. And Shiro gets another
ray of light for Team Spirit. Had some big performances, even in games where Donk goes quiet, but are they ready for Mazzino here? Shiro dead.
And even here it gets tight, but they go on to win the round, right? And it's, again, it's not off the back of cooling, right? That's what I describe it as. Then we get this one, okay?
Spirit in this Spirit squad.
Shiro does well to get the long pick. He's the only player in this round with a gun for them. He's got the AWP, so nice job.
Gun.
They can.
Then they just all come back to B.
Hold two players in the site, Spirit.
To be fair, Chopper goes in first here.
Be easy.
Which I think is nice. Sets up chances for trades.
First shot lands for 9-10.
And Donk, bang a dig shot. That is huge.
They're not able to stop the pistol spilling over.
But
Things could
they're
get
still
dicey.
stuck behind the molly. 9-10 gets that kill. It should be fine.
See now, very important. The 9-10 put Donk in the
and
grave.
Shiro.
Shiro claws one back. Why not the follow-up? And this hero AWP, maybe they've been giving the guns to the wrong man here in Chengdu. Because Shiro is pulled around now from nowhere.
And it just feels to me like when I watch Spirit play, a lot of their round wins are rounds like that. Where it's like, I don't think Chopper has really been the cause of that round win, right? It's kind of like if I was in-game leading Team Spirit, we would win a lot of these rounds because it is literally just Donk and Shiro doing like crazy stuff. And like, I could honestly probably just run him first like that, right? Like, you get what I mean? You get what I'm saying? This is a team that inherently, with the players they have, are going to win T rounds because Donk especially is someone who forces the issue so much. And yes, there is some level of playing into what Donk does best and making sure he gets set up for those sorts of rounds. But I think it's pretty overhyped how much they set Donk up. I think a lot of the Donk plays are plays that he is calling for and making himself, or certainly that he's not like super supported on them a lot of the time. Like, I really do feel like he's someone who takes the game into his own hands a lot, right? Again, you get here. And a lot of the maps that they pick as well, because they pick Dust 2. Dust 2 is a map where it's pretty rare to have rounds won just tactically off of cooling, right? I feel like if a team picks Dust 2, a lot of the time, that is a sign that they're not really that tactically strong, right? That's the feeling you get a lot of the time, right? And again here, like, Ancient, another map where oftentimes mid can be a big brawl.
And again, control
like this, where it's like, oh, cool, well, Donk got 2 kills, right? Like, and yeah, there's some nice protocols and stuff, but that's just Donk, right? That's pretty much just Donk for the most part, right? And the final area of it is just some of the silly small protocols, which again, I'm not saying that all of this is Chopper, but there's clearly something bigger that's going wrong with Spirit right now. But I still think Chopper is part of why I just don't see this team becoming like a consistent title challenger. Like, I'm going to be honest, I think going into the major, this to me is a team that maybe like goes out in quarterfinals. And that is not where Donk and Shiro should be, right? And we'll look here.
End it with a B rush.
Again, B call out of spawn. Fine.
Very, very
Don't mind the
quick.
call.
Right in.
Actually good pathing and quick from Tanir in, but these out of cool spawns, sometimes you can give the in-game leader credit. A lot of the times, this is just like a strat they've cooked up beforehand, right? Like, sometimes there are in-game leaders that are really good at knowing when to call these rounds, but I personally don't get the feeling that that's always what Chopper is doing, and oftentimes I feel like these sometimes come off the back of timeouts, actually. But anyway,
to this B
so
side.
clearly, the plan is to go in really deep. And Tanir does a great job at this, by the way. Great entry pathing, deep molly,
Just trying to drive this one home.
gets another kill. Also, while this was happening,
A complete
Shiro was the player
B
sitting
rush.
back, which is perfect
very,
for his
very quick.
walking style.
Right in into
Right,
this
because he just gets through this smoke, and you see on the mini-map, he kills these players that are flanking. He kills one of those.
B side. A
that's
complete
great.
change of pace out of Spirit.
And then it's at this point
Just
where
try
it just like
to
goes
drive this one home.
weirdly wrong, because let me get my my drawing out. You can see, right, Chopper and Donk are both pulling out nades. One's pulling out a molly, one is pulling out a smoke, right? This is the sort of stuff that you have to have nailed ahead of time, because clearly you can see the strategy was run in this far deep, right? We want this full site control, okay? So you have to know, how are you going to cut off that CT rotation? And if this is the call out of spawn, you should know immediately, are you going to have someone molly it? Are you going to have someone smoke it? And who is going to do what? But instead,
From here and now,
they
it's
both pull
Tanir.
out nades, and now Chopper is just like out in the open throwing this smoke here, when Donk was also throwing a molly here, right? It's
Up at the
just
front.
stuff like this. It's just small stuff, but it's like such an easy way to lose a round, right?
Leaves it even in a 3-on-3, but Techno on a desperate push, shut down.
And then even here, Chopper ends up feeling like he wants to push in for the full control. But I feel like if that's what you wanted, you just let Donk molly this, and then the player can't come in. But because you've smoked it, now this smoke is kind of awkward. And if anything, it's giving controllers a bit more of like an easier angle, right? Like, he's been able to get in partly because of that.
Controllers
Flank.
doing what he can, buying some.
And also, the other problem with this is, because of all this commotion that's gone down now, there is extra time for this flank.
Time for Blitz.
And so Donk can't really get the bomb planted because he
He'll
gets
find
flanked.
himself
And
out.
it is bad timing. But
Gonna
again,
be the difference maker.
flank comes
Shiro dead.
and they go ahead and close it out, right? It's just these small things. Like, that is something that should be 100% nailed on ahead of time. Like, okay, what is our protocol here? This is all about protocols, right? If we get onto the site, because that's a round where they called it out of spawn, pretty much everything went right. You've got to figure out what is the overall strategy. What is the overall plan, right? Are we going to have Donk molly in towards CT while Chopper holds it? That can work. Are we going to have Chopper smoke CT while Donk holds it? That can work. We can't have you both pulling out nades, especially if the round's gone well. If the round's gone badly and it's been thrown into chaos and a little confused, I get it. That's fine. That's not what happened there, right? That's just fundamentals, right? Again, here in this one.
Call it Spirit's bonus. Oh my god. Full blind through the smoke. Blitz
ends up being a 1-for-1 on mid. That's fine. That's all good. Chopper's dead, so
Even
he
gets
can
more
see
damage,
everyone's POV, which really I think should be the dream spot for an in-game leader. You can see everyone's POV and you can see what needs to happen. And I know that you guys at home, you don't want people to talk when they're dead, okay? Because that is tilting in matchmaking. But if you're an in-game leader of a top team, this is a perfect spot to backseat game. It's kind of your job. It's kind of perfect, right?
before he departs.
And we'll see as the round plays out.
It's a nice bomb spotted.
They have this like 2-1-1 stance.
There's loads of time.
Donk just
Just
kind
all
of
of a sudden
runs
make a read
in
like
through
this.
short. But like, again, look at the minimap. Like, Zway right now is turned around looking back towards B. These players in the B apartments are not ready to do anything off the back of
In this position is really ballsy, you know? Like, you're in a 4-on-4, there's loads of time.
They've just thrown a molly into B now, and Donk's already like trying to move in. Zway's
I
just
know.
coming
In the round,
back.
but Blitz has come.
And to be fair, Mongols have stacked 3B, and this is like quite a good risk, quite a good gamble in this round. They actually had Techno here solo at the start of the round, throw his smoke immediately. So I think maybe Spirit were trying to pounce on that and hope that he didn't have nades. But clearly the Mongols planned ahead of time. After their mid stance, they wanted to come back with his 3B, which is a cool way of doing
Through with
it.
a great
But here at this point, the Donk play already looked a bit sus.
decision.
Now these players in the apartments are kind of half committing. And Shiro
can't
actually
go.
makes a really good heads-up play. He moves in through a ramp,
Man, Shiro's
and you're
walked out ramp
slowly going to
smoke.
see
This would be
that he gets so
crazy.
far up.
So early, you've lost on.
Look at how far up on the A site he gets here, right?
This split is dead.
And let's be real, the player in short has died, okay? We've got two players in the apartments not really able to throw nades. Someone, and I think it should be Chopper, has to say, guys, come back, and just go towards A, right? And just rely on the fact that Shiro's going to be able to get this. Because walking in through B apps here looks disastrous, right?
You're really going to go before Shiro? Who's
Even if
calling?
you
I
don't
have
know
all
if to
this
stack,
room.
it still feels disastrous.
This is
And
audacious.
Shiro gets his kill.
This is dangerous. But
Zway
it might just
actually
work.
gets 2 of his own.
This room.
And this is going to show you why this is such a bad call. Because even with all these kills,
This is audacious. This is dangerous. But it might just work. Zway double
9-10 gets one.
kill.
Oh, but this
He's
is the
jumping
bomb.
up
And now he drops the bomb. And now, even though you got all
Audacious.
of these kills,
They go before
your
Shiro,
players
who's
had
calling.
some
I have
great
all
shots.
this room. This is audacious. This is dangerous. But it might just work. Zway double kill.
but this
He's
is the
jumping
bomb.
out
You
the
somehow turn that into an unfavorable position because now 9-10 has the bomb and full health against a 33 health Shiro.
window. 9-10's in the site, dropping the bomb.
And he can do whatever he
1v1
wants.
now. Shiro could be anyone.
Stack, but Spirit stuck to their guns. They walked right into it, and now his work's not done. Needs to pick this up in the clutch. 9-10 on the line.
And again, it's just stuff like that where I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see the vision. I don't see the vision.
In this series,
And these are important rounds, by the way. This is the decider map. It's like 9-6, you know, 8-6. These are the rounds you have to win.
has lost Spirit rounds.
We've got one
Oh,
more hit.
walk. Mazzinho v Donk has been a super
coming into
fun
underpass.
head-to-head, and Mazzinho feel like he's had his number a bunch, but
Gets
not
one, and then for some reason, Zway decides not to try and trade this. I guess maybe because he has the Deeg, he's a bit scared.
in this round. 9-10
It
there to
allows
play.
9-10 to get back. I think Chopper was also playing passive top mid because there was some of the Mongols' utility.
Oh, he got out.
And lives to tell the
So he's
tale.
actually going to get away.
Finds a 4-on-4.
Donk won't be happy. Sway didn't re-swing, and so 9-10 just survives. That could have been another kill.
That's okay. Into a 4v4.
Chopper was top mid.
And again, by the way, another round where I don't feel like Donk has been like set up or anything. It's just kind of a fight that he takes.
Was worth committing for.
And then, really good actual read here from Techno saying, I'm going to push into the B apartments. We've just killed Donk in towards under. There's probably only a maximum of one player here, right? And he can get good info.
It's a stack comes in.
But at the same time, Spirit have got a quick call themselves, so they're going to get into connector fairly fast. It's a pretty good
surely
call.
You haven't had mid in most of this round.
And Blitz actually weirdly gets caught out here. It must have been some weird timing. Actually, I have no idea why he doesn't.
Ready for Con.
Yeah, I guess he jiggles that and thinks it's clear.
Surely you haven't had.
It is a bit unfortunate, but still.
Mid in most of this round, but Blitz surprised.
We're into this site, right? Now at this point, Shiro has a bunch of nades. He's just thrown a molly towards short. He's got a smoke at the ready for connector, right? That should be good, right? And 910 is maybe a little unexpected here. And he's going to get his one. But Chopper pulls a smoke out. Right, Shiro and Chopper both have smokes out for connector right now. I get that you're scared of this, but Shiro's got this covered. We have to know this. But instead, Chopper's going to smoke off connector, right? And you can see Shiro's smoke is being thrown a little more shallow so that he could move in behind it. Chopper's smoke here is just going to be a wall for Shiro.
Come for this.
And now Chopper is going to lose the fight, and Shiro has to run through the smoke.
Get through.
And if he didn't have to, 910's got a USB out right now.
Connector.
But instead, he can't get through.
In this smoke of their own making.
Thankfully, Tanir gets this kill, but it doesn't matter because controllers can get the kill back, and Shiro hasn't got out yet because of that smoke.
Come back, goes no further. Shiro.
And now he can't trade.
Again left in a clutch.
And he gets put in a 1v2 because of it. And it's stuff like this where I'm like,
you haven't had.
Surely you've got to know, like, Shiro is sitting back for a reason, right? Like, let him do this job.
Most of this round, but Blitz.
Look, he's already got the molly out right now.
Surprised by.
Just keep your gun out and focus on the site. Trust that Shiro's got it. And even if Shiro doesn't have it, you're close enough, you could probably swing and try and trade it anyway.
That 9-10.
But yeah, this smoke just screws up the round entirely.
They're trapped, trying to get through.
Again, I can't believe he runs out of ammo, man. That's the worst part about it. So again, I'm not saying it's all Chopper. Clearly, there is something overall that is looking very off with Spirit right now, right? I think we could all agree on that. And I think bringing in the new players hasn't helped. And honestly, I think they're kind of lucky that they could still just bring Zontix back in for Zwei. I still think that that move could maybe make them title contenders again because they have enough talent that Chopper, I don't really think he wins them that many rounds tactically. I don't think he's a good fragger. But it might not matter if the rest of the team is good enough, especially when you have as many players that are willing to take on initiative. Like a Donk is just perfect for an in-game leader because he will just win you rounds. He's just so good individually that he will win you rounds. Shiro will win rounds in the clutch, but Donk, like I actually think if I had to in-game lead on a team, right? I think I'd be terrible. But I think Donk is the only chance I'd have of winning rounds. Genuinely. Like, I could just call basic stuff and a lot of times Donk would just take on stuff himself, right? But again, it's like I'm saying, that the core of this roster looks very good. But Donk and Shiro especially, like, that is a crazy good 1-2 punch. That is a 1-2 punch that should be competing for playoffs. It should not be losing against the Mongols with a stand-in. And fair play to the Mongols with their stand-in. They actually played way better than I thought they would. I actually think they took a lot of cool, calculated risks. I think they realized they had a stand-in and they wanted to make the game weird and you know, sloppy and scrappy. Spirit shouldn't be letting that happen, right? They shouldn't be making these mistakes. They shouldn't be losing these sorts of rounds. And I hope it can get fixed in time for the major, but I just don't think it will. Right now, I think they probably go out in like the quarterfinals. That's my gut feeling. And in a weird way, it could kind of be good for Donk in a sense that it will make him realize that, you know, Counter-Strike isn't that easy because he's just kind of come in and just won stuff. And I think he does need a little bit of a realization like, okay, it's not always going to be that easy. But also, I want to see him do well. He could be so good. And I just don't want him to be held back. And I'm sorry, but as I've said throughout this video, I don't think that Chopper is necessarily it. But let me know your guys' thoughts. It's not all Chopper, of course. I don't think Zwei's really up to it. I still think that there are just, you know, fundamental mistakes being made in team play. And that can't just be down to Chopper, right? Like, that has to be overall team stuff, right? But anyway, that's enough of me yapping. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.